We're live. Get your slurs out the way now.
I sort them by color.
The slurs?
Yeah.
You're green, so...
The joke went right over.
Scary
Anyway,
ass.
we're back with Abomination Vaults. Say hello, everyone.
Starting the stream today.
Hello, everyone.
You sound very tired, Silly.
I'm fine.
It's fine.
I'm good. It's fine.
Good.
Silly was part of last night's session, which spilled over for an additional hour or so. Alright. We'll start it off right. We'll go around the table, introduce ourselves. I'm DM Stray. And I've DM'd Ravenloft. We'll go to you, Gideon.
Hey, I'm Como. I play Gideon. He's the human fighter. He has not had a sword for several sessions now, to somehow great success. He is a master of lucking into the mechanic and being just dumb enough to not know any better and just smart enough to not fucking die.
We'll go to you, Sazan.
Hi, I'm Relief. I'm playing Sazan the Cleric. Currently, tracking down the mysteries of the Gauntlet, as well as apparently knowing what a Dracolisk is.
Horrifying, really.
It is.
We'll go to you, Wesk.
I'm Wesk, the Kobold Gunslinger. I'm here to bring an air of brevity to this ragtag group of misfits. What the fuck am I saying? No, I'm here to bring the gun. And the crits.
But more importantly, he's here to talk about our feelings. We'll go to you, Ziri.
My name's Silly, and I play Ziri. She is a animist. She's a fawn, and she likes dead things. Yeah, I'm still figuring out how this works because we have swapped from a witch, but I'm rolling with it. We're doing it.
I also feel the need to point out you have not selected your level 4 feat. Or your level 4 skill feat. Or your level 4 skill increase.
It's a level 4 skill increase?
I believe it's every 2 levels, is it not?
Somebody should help me.
I thought it was on 3 and 5. I might be
At second
completely
level and
wrong.
every 2 levels thereafter, you gain a skill feat. So at level
skill
2
feat.
and 4.
Skill feat, not a skill up.
Yes. Sorry, that's my bad. Yeah, the skill increases 3 and 5, and then
Yeah.
so that way we have something for every level, because dead levels are not fun. Looking at you,
No.
3.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't play 3.5. I could be in on this one.
Good.
I mean, you're missing some stuff, but only if you play a caster.
Regardless, we can pick that out some other time, should we wish, but we really should get that out the way ASAP. But for now, we can either... as Ziri stated, she is playing an Animist, one of the new classes that we are playtesting because it seems to fit her idea of her character a little bit more, and frankly, it's, in my opinion, a lot more interesting than playing a witch again. Nothing against your witch, Zilly. But
I mean, that's fine. Ziri was the witch, and yeah, and I had another one, so she swapped. It's good. It's fine.
I mean, I know you enjoy... Anyway, we're getting a little bit sidetracked. I'm just saying, I don't much enjoy full casters myself, but, you know, if Raleigh and you can enjoy full casters, then more power to you, and If Como can play a wizard in the other campaign, more power to you. I need to hit things with sticks. Speaking of hitting things with sticks, who would like to inform us of what happened last time? Don't all jump up at once.
I can do it. You got it, Como.
Last time.
On D&D's.
Where did we start?
We started, basically we
You had
finished
just
up,
left the gauntlet.
Yeah.
finished up our shopping.
Why am I not able to load anything right now? Come on. Last time we had just left the gauntlet after much fighting. We spent a very long time period running around town, talking to Rin, going down to the Dawnflower Library, and associating with... Oh, come on. What was her name? I have it in here somewhere.
She was gnome.
She was not a gnome, she was a halfling.
Oh, she's
But
halfling.
I understand. Her name was
Gnomes don't
Vandy.
exist.
Vandy Banderdash, sorry. One Vandy Banderdash.
Yes. She's terrifying.
She is nice. You just think people
there
that
it
talk
is.
a lot are terrifying.
Maybe. Yeah. She was a devotee to Sarenrae. She was the cleric of the Dawnflower Library, which Gideon was surprisingly interested in the architecture thereof. She gave us all some very nice reading material. Meanwhile, we had wacky adventures. After going to return, Gideon realized that Theory had been reading books and refused a child who had a delivery for her. It was a sword. Most likely Gideon's sword. We're not entirely sure. When Gideon went to go fetch it from Raver, along with Wesk, we were told that he didn't have it. So, Gideon's sword is now somewhere in Otari. To that end, we eventually went over to the ruins of the Thirsty Alpaca, because kids sometimes hang out there. Unfortunately, we made the mistake of doing this after sundown, at which point we heard some horrific noises coming from the ruins. West squeezed through a tiny hole that Gideon had no hope of going through, and went over to a small underground cave that had totally not a dragon, I swear. It was a Dracolisk? It was a Dracolisk. I don't know. For details, consult with Sadan. He's the only one who actually knows what it was. Technically not a dragon, according to Wesk. After
It's too
Wesk
many legs.
almost got his crap stomped in instantly, he immediately scampered back in a very smart decision. And Gideon had to literally hose him off in the river. The rest of the party started taking bets as they were watching from the window of the inn. I believe they think I won. It wasn't a fight. I was trying to clear acid off of him. And then immediately started giving him very rough first aid. With that, we came back and we decided it was time for a bath in bed.
One last important note. Ziri,
Yes.
Ziri toked up and choked the room out with some dank pesh. That is why she is
yes.
currently
Very
stupefied.
A crit success on that, in fact.
Anyway, any last comments before we continue?
I think that was pretty good.
Okay. And we will pick up where we left off as morning rises in Otari once again. And each of you are greeted by the salt-sweet breeze of the lake that borders Ashton and Otari. one Brenda Vankerville greets you once more with a pot of coffee and a second pot of coffee reserved exclusively for Ziri, who is now free of the effects of Stupefied. Let me go ahead and give you 1 hero point for your recap, Gideon, and once more a free hero point to everyone who didn't have one. Brenda wakes you in the morning with a nice little breakfast, nice pot of coffee, and it is approximately now 6 a.m. What would each of you like to be doing?
I'm gonna ask real quick, could I get you to give me back my stacks of Psych Astrology? I tried to refresh them on a long rest, click the wrong one, and drop them off me entirely.
Yes, you may have your 3 stacks of astrology.
That's just gonna just sit down and start eating.
Okay. You begin to dig in. And Brenda has luckily already left. You feel a little bit awkward with her watching you.
What's for breakfast? Is this something I can grab and go?
It is some nice salted pork of some type, or at least you believe it is pork, as well as that pot of coffee, some light biscuits, and there's a tart but sweet tasting egg.
Gonna try and get some of the biscuits before Ziri has them all.
I'll grab a biscuit and a mutton and immediately jump out for the door.
Hold on.
I have a sword to go get.
It's 6 a.m. They're not even awake yet.
You've clearly never
go
been a
to bed
child. You've clearly never been a child, Wesk.
If you wait a couple hours, they'll all be at the school. You can ask them all there instead of running all over Otari, chasing down children, which already doesn't look good.
Otari has a school?
Yes, Raver's a teacher there.
Raver's a teacher? Wait,
You get the feeling that if Wesk could display emotions, he would be wrinkling his nose.
Can Yoshi's display emotions?
Can Yoshi's bloom on the battlefield?
What?
That's the correct answer to
Apparently
that.
they can. Crit gun.
Uziri, Gax has now snapped up 2 or 3 biscuits for himself and is working on trying to see how many he can stuff in his mouth at a single time.
I would like to pour myself a cup of coffee and then pour Gax another coffee.
Okay. You do so. His tiny little thimble of his glass that you keep with him.
Barring that, I'd like to run down to the Dawnflower Library in search of any books on Dracolisks.
Okay. You just grab your food, ignore what
Yep.
Wesk says, and run out the door.
Well, if I'm not looking for kids, I'll be at the Dawnflower Library.
You-
Raise a hand
You're
waving.
lucky
Mutton
that
in the other
Brenda
hand.
wasn't here to hear that.
I'm
Wesk
going to go
says-
ahead and ignore the fact that we're going to ignore the Catholic Church and kids jokes. But we will acknowledge them. You dart down to the library. Luckily, acolytes here welcome you pretty happily. Happy to have a guest. And Vandy Banderdash greets you once more happily. Ah, Gideon, is there aught I can do?
Hi. We have a problem. A Dracolist problem. You have any books on
A what?
older and unusual types of drakes?
Sure. Follow me. And she begins to trot out down the aisles of the library. A Dracolisk? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right.
That's exciting.
Yeah, do you have a section that's like between dragon and basilisk?
Yes, I'll check our history books. What are the rest of you doing while Gideon begins to spend a day researching extinct monsters?
You missed one.
Do we have the group chest still?
Yes, you can find it in your Actors tab, which would be a party sheet.
Stash. I see. Okay.
Yes.
We never. Hold on.
Yes.
Where is it here? Can I use this on potions? Not only on magic items, so it wouldn't work on potions. Can I still try and like figure out what this unusual liquid potion is? We never actually figured it out.
Sure. Give me either a crafting or an arcana check. No, unfortunately not with that roll, bud. You swirl the liquid around and ever so delicately try to taste it and see if you notice anything different about your surroundings or any sort of physical effects on you, and you
Siri,
notice
can I
anything.
borrow you for like however long it takes for you to identify this?
I will go ahead and chug the rest of my coffee and stand up and ease over. Sure. What do you need?
We never actually figured out what this potion we got a couple delves into the a couple delves back does.
Alright, let me take a look.
Go ahead and give me an arcana check, if you would.
Is that in the party inventory? Because
Correct. You have a stash
party
button
inventory.
up at the top. Okay.
Oh, it's all the way up there.
Yes. This is going to be a Skeptic's Elixir series. Essentially, you can drink this, and for the next 10 minutes, you'll get some bonus perception, and you notice lies and secrets. It's kind of much like your, what is it? Detect secrets? No, sorry. Your old skill of sense secrets. It will give you a passive bonus for about the next 10 minutes to will saves and perception checks to notice lies and hidden items.
We'll let him know what it is.
Alright. Any of you mind if I sell these potions? I'll keep the healing potion because that's important.
Alright, I'm still not able to get into that stash.
You're not?
Is it this?
It's the party
You have to
sheet.
Open the sheet.
Oh, it's in the sheet. I thought it was going to be on the page. My bad.
No. It is the big overview page, and at the top you will see stash.
Oh, understood. Thank you.
I don't see any issue with that, Wesk.
Alright. Wesk gonna toss the Skeptic's Elixir, the Barkskin, and the 2 Bravos brew to his pack.
Okay. West begins to scoop the various liquids and potions and oils and trinkets that you've looted but not done anything with into his pack, slinging it back over his shoulder like some sort of scaly tiny Santa Claus.
I'll probably head to Rin's.
Would that just be an elf?
No. Elves don't
Oh,
have
uh,
scales.
Scaly?
I'll tag along. I need to pick up a scroll of fairy fire anyway.
Okay. The two of you set out for Ren's. Ziri, are you just gonna kick it back in the inn room, smoke some more pesh?
Nah, I'll go with them.
Okay. The rest of you begin to make your way to the lovely, as ever, Ren Savinxi's shop. Once there, she greets you. Early in the morning, her hair still sort of a mess, stepping out of the tent. Oh, good morning, my friends. What are you doing here so early?
We have some business to attend to. In Wes looks towards the rising sun, puts up a couple fingers, closes one eye to kind of denote how long until the sun gets higher. Half an hour, 45 minutes. But we also had some things to sell as well, so we figured we'd kill that time selling what we got.
Did we come by too early?
No, it's never too early for you, my friends. I was just, yes, you did.
My apologies.
So what brings you here? Business? Trading? She gestures around at the piles of things on the floor and the tents around her. You may browse if you wish. I'm going to try and wake myself. Are you wishing to sell your potions, Wes?
Yes.
I see.
I'm gonna...
Bringing
sorry.
a couple of your potions forward. She tiredly looks around them. 3. Carry the 7. I'll give you 31 gold for all of them.
That's well enough.
Okay. You sell all of your potions for 31 gold. And you are now at 51 gold, Wesk.
Do you want me to just get rid of them?
I'm
Up
doing
you go.
that now.
Okay.
She takes them off of your hand before striding over to a pile and just kind of flopping them into the pile with the other strange items before her. It was a pleasure doing business. Do you need
Okay.
aught else?
We should let her go back to sleep.
Oh, that's too late now. I'm going to be up now.
Well, our apologies.
I will accept your apology.
You're probably the only person around here that will.
I'm not entirely sure what that means, Wesk.
Don't worry about it.
Are you struggling to make friends, Wesk?
More like people struggle to make friends with me.
I do not think that is true at all. I have heard the children find delight in your presence.
Fair enough, fair enough.
And Cezanne and Ziri like you, or am I assuming too much? I know that Ziri tends to bite people, but, Ziri, you like Wesk, right?
Glanced up, confused. Yeah, he's fine.
See, she thinks you're fine. To Ziri, that means she likes you a lot.
I'll awkwardly thumbs up Wesk.
I'm just backing down out of this conversation before things get more embarrassing for everyone here.
This whole time I've been trying to dig through the pile of spell scrolls to see if I could maybe find a fairy fire at second level.
You begin to dig through. Raise Dead, Acid Arrow, Force Bolt, that's new. Here we are, a Fairy Fire Scroll, you think to yourself. As you bring it to Bryn, she looks at you and gives a tired but familiar smile. Cezanne, are you purchasing that?
Yes, please.
Okay. That'll be 12 gold, please.
Okay, I'll go ahead and hand over the gold.
Okay. I'm going to mark off the gold for you. And I will give you a scroll of Fairy Fire at 2nd level.
Wait, did you say you're marking off the gold, or I'm marking off the gold?
I have.
Oh, okay. That's not finished what I have queued up.
With the scroll safely tucked away, she gives you a complimentary scroll case to keep it safe. Thank you for your patronage, as always, Cezanne. It's ever a pleasure to see you.
Oh, trust me. Just you having this is helping us out far more. We keep running into this, I think it's the same fairy. Always hard
Troubles
to
with
pin
Fae?
down.
Yes, the Fae can be fickle little creatures.
Going to blink a few times.
Bryn's not apologizing.
At least next time we run across it, we'll have some sort of plan.
Yes. Well, I'm glad that my wares can benefit you.
Thank you again for meeting with us so early. We'll try and come by later next time.
It's no problem at all, Cezanne. Any time for you. And do stop by again, will you?
That I will. Give a smile as I head out.
I would not mind if you stopped by later, though.
Going to snicker.
What's so funny?
Oh, nothing's funny at all.
You should have Raver look at you, if you're making noises like that. Did you contract something in the gauntlet? I think I have a scroll for that somewhere.
Highly possible if you want to show me the scroll.
Okay. She begins to turn around and dig into a pile of spell scrolls, the same one Cezanne was digging in. Here we go. A scroll of Remove Disease. She extends it towards you.
I'm going to take it, peer at it from a few different angles, and glance back to her. How much?
I believe that one is 30 gold.
Not gonna lie, would probably be helpful, but a little on the pricey side. I'm gonna hand it back.
Oh, well, that's a shame. Just be aware that some diseases can be contagious. She tosses the
Understandable.
scroll over her shoulder onto the pile. Although I'm sure with a talented cleric like Cezanne in your party, I'm sure you already know how to remove disease, don't you, Cezanne?
We're getting there.
Oh, well, that's delightful. See, Ziri, you just have to deal with your disease for a couple more weeks, and then Cezanne can fix it.
Sure, I'll make it through somehow.
Sorry, that one was too real for me.
Sure, I'll make it through somehow.
I'm delighted. Notably, Ziri, I don't know if you remember this or not, but as an animist, you can cast divine spells as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. I got it. I mean, I did not, but now I do.
Yeah. We're actually on the same spell list.
Yes.
Well, Ziri has quite a few more than you, Cezanne, but you have more spell slots. So,
Yeah.
regardless, she's going to pat you on the shoulder reassuringly, Aziri. There. I'm sure things will get better.
Thanks, Ren.
You are very welcome.
I'm gonna start sauntering away.
Okay.
And side-eye Cezanne as I pass him.
She was still patting your shoulder when you walked away.
That's fine. I will duck out of her patting me.
Oh. Okay, goodbye, Ziri.
Don't take it personally, Ren. She does that to everyone.
Oh, I know. I just like to pat people. Pat.
Fair.
She's patting you now, Wesk.
Wesk will just wait for the patting to stop.
That's a yes.
So we're here the rest of the day.
I was waiting for it doesn't stop.
Yes, she is not stopping. She's quite content. You have a unique head, Wesk.
Thanks. Listen, the gauntlet's not going to save itself. I should probably get going.
Okay. Goodbye, Wesk.
Have a good day, Ren.
Without looking away from Wesk, she is now patting you, Cezanne.
Oh, I'm gonna have to stick with them, but I'll be sure to swing by later.
Okay. Goodbye, Cezanne.
Goodbye.
Pat. Pat.
Yes, I'm following after.
There.
Sorry, I thought that was implied.
Not in my game. Stepping away from Ren's Wonders, the three of you leave. Where are you going?
So, do we have any idea where Gideon went? I think he went to find his sword.
I mentioned before I sauntered out the door where I was going.
Wait, you did?
Yes. West.
Oh, I apologize. I was setting all my spells.
Oh, yeah. After Wes was like, "No, just wait till noon. We'll catch up with them at school." Like a creep. I was like, "All right, I'll just go to the library instead."
Yes, as well as that, Ziri. I don't know if you wanted to shuffle around any of your spirits or your spells, but you may do so.
You guys notice Magic Weapon has a new name?
Yes, Runic.
Yep.
Same thing with Runic Body.
I mean, is there any reason I should switch my Magic Weapon that I already have prepared for Runic Weapon, or...?
No, but I don't care.
Okay, they're the same. Okay.
Emerging into the Dawnflyer Library, you each spot a familiar man sitting at a table by himself, looking completely wildly out of place.
You're muted.
Thanks. Gideon is sitting hunched over a stack of books, eyes strained, clearly uncomfortable with everything going on, but still pressed against the book. Like he's trying to fight it.
You do know that you can't learn what's in a book by beating it in a staring contest.
No response.
He's very focused on his quote-unquote work.
Reading is hard.
He's becoming quite the reader.
He is reading at a rate of 1 page every probably 5 minutes, give or take.
Ah, yes, the old college kid reading method.
Did you discover anything interesting?
But
I guess Yes, that's enough.
Oh, you're all here.
No, we're just figments of your imagination. We show up when you're really stressed out.
You know, I've thought that sometimes, especially with that one over there.
Well, clearly Ziri is a manifestation of your self-loathing with as much as she hits you.
Look, as far as I know with the Fey folk, that's a completely realistic option.
Can I flip one of the books over to see what the title is?
Sure. This one is Hybrid Monsters and You. Looks to be a book about, well, hybrid monsters such as the Dracolisk.
You guys know Dracolisks are supposed to be extinct. You know, like dragons.
Listen, there's a difference between what a wizard decided to do in a tower and what's been established by multiple scholars over multiple generations.
What's the difference between a wizard and a scholar?
One has
A
funding.
scholar.
Which one has funding? I've seen some wizard towers that get up to some shit.
No, the difference is who's giving the funding.
There you go. Wizards acquired their wealth through dubious means. Scholars got a grant.
Wizards acquire their wealth by right of dibs.
If by dibs.
The Shadow Money Wizard Gang is real.
Yeah, the shadow plane's right there.
Regardless, you're getting right into study on this.
I really hope you don't expect me to go back in that hole.
I mean, there is a Dracolisk sitting below the town. I don't expect you to grow in that hole. But that's not a thing we should leave completely up to Otari, because I don't think anyone here is quite equipped to deal with that.
Tell you what, as soon as it starts being an issue to Otari, I will make it my issue.
Yes, but it certainly can't hurt that he's studying it now. It's good that we are at least prepared.
I'd rather not wait for it to be an issue.
We don't know how to get down to it. For all we know, that could be a lower floor of the Gauntlet.
That was not the Gauntlet. If that was a lower floor of the Gauntlet, we have bitten off way more than we can chew.
Do you know how deep the Gauntlet goes? Because I don't.
No, but if it sprawls all the way under Otari, a 30-minute walk away, we have severely fucked up.
I've been down some of those hallways. It's been a minute to walk one into the other. And I don't think we've seen an end yet.
For now, we don't know. The best we can do is be prepared should something happen, and, well, continue to keep our eye out. I understand wanting to deal with this. I don't like the fact that that thing's down there either, but from what you said, you couldn't get down there yesterday, and West himself barely could. We don't have a path to it.
There's a commotion as a few acolytes drop some books, shattering the peaceful stillness of the library.
Is it?
Sorry.
I'm gonna take a glance over at the books.
The poor acolyte is cramming about 7 books into their hands and scurrying off now.
How long have I been down here? Is it time to go pick up the sword yet?
It's been about 40 minutes.
Gideon starts banging his head into the table.
Yes, that's exactly what's happening.
You know, we could just go meet up with Raver and walk with him to the school.
You want to go grab the scary medicine man, walk up to a bunch of kids at school, and tell them you're here for that cool stick they found.
I mean,
Speaking of cool sticks, it's about this moment that Tavius strides into the cathedral, looking around before striding down a hall.
Huh. Figured this was the second to last place he'd show up. Which hall specifically did he start striding down?
The same hall that Vandy showed you on her tour. You watch him between bookshelves, catching glimpses of him, and you realize that he is stopping to look at the Sunblade.
That's what I thought. Can I get a read on, like, the emotions on his face?
Give me a perception check. Yeah,
Sorry, Como ran to grab the dogs quick. We just heard thunder, so
that's fine.
we forgot it rains here in Texas. So.
it rains?
Yeah, I know, right?
That's
Mind
staggering.
blown.
Yeah, Wes, you get the feeling he's longing.
But he doesn't appear to be plotting.
No, he is standing there, almost reverently, just looking at the sword. A few of the acolytes begin to walk into the hall, see him, and kind of awkwardly shuffle and turn around.
I'm guessing this isn't the first time he's done this. But at least it doesn't appear like he plans to act on his feelings today. Actually, I need to wait for him to come back on this.
Regardless, Cezanne, what are you doing as you stand in the middle of this sapphire and gold, gaudy for its location, cathedral dedicated to several dozen deities?
Yes, I was gonna say something to Como, but he stepped away.
I see Gideon is the main character right now.
Yeah.
A few of the acolytes spotting Tavius begin to wheel around and turn around. He lets out a heavy sigh, looking at it, taking a step closer before seemingly reconsidering and turning around. He leaves, and it doesn't look like he's noticed you, and he makes his way out of the cathedral, disappearing into the morning light.
He's back. He's
Well,
sitting
no,
down.
he just left.
He's headsetting.
Have returned.
Welcome back.
Yes.
Tavius has left.
Yeah. I can't help but agree with Wesk here, though. I need to speak with Raver anyway, so...
Wait,
Let me put it
what
to you this way, Gideon. Would you rather stay here and read?
Would I rather stay here and read, or...
So, might I ask for just a few minutes here first?
I mean, you take as long as you need.
Yeah. So this is more... So this is kind of a... From everything you said, it's kind of a library cathedral kind of area, right, Stray?
Yes, it is a... The central area is a dedicated library, but spiraling off from this central massive library. There seem to be various halls and rooms, each room, some of them only as big as maybe 15 by 15, some of them much larger. Each room is also a small shrine dedicated to various deities. It looks like there's at least 24.
Yeah. I'd like to stop by the shrines for both Plura and Saren Ray and give some thanks for the recovery of the town since the incident.
Okay. You stop by the goddess of the moon and the goddess of the stars, giving thanks for their watchful eye over the land and yourselves. Pelura's guidance and her gifts and boons bestowed upon you for your faith, having literally saved your lives more than a dozen times by now. You feel her presence in this room, this watchful, kind eye in your heart. Your chest feels a weight on it, as if something is in this room noticing you. It's a mild sense of euphoria and a warm feeling, and for just the briefest moment, you feel and sense a boundless field of flowers, but each flower is an individual star and planet, before the feeling fades just as quickly as it comes.
I'm back.
Welcome back. We'll say you spend about 10 minutes sort of praying, giving thanks, and communing with your goddess. Wesk, what are you doing as everyone's reading and praying?
Wesk is going to take 2 of the regular sized chairs and push them up against each other, climb onto them, and just lean back and relax for 10 minutes.
You make a throne of the gods, is what you're saying.
Basically.
Wesk is struggling, builds himself a chair so that he may sit slightly taller than Gideon. Satisfied with his newfound height, Wesk crosses his legs smugly. Ziri, do you choose to worship or study?
I would like to just be kind of wandering around and looking at everything and seeing if I see anything that, captures my interest, like specific subjects I might be interested in.
Okay. You do note a few things. Notably, you, can I catch the Sunblade? And you also notice, a few holy relics that decorate this place. Many dozens upon dozens of shelves decorated with books. Most of this is shrines and religious text, although there seems to be about 50% is religious text and 50% are other subjects. As Vandy catches you browsing the shelves, she darts over. And it's wonderful to see you this morning, Ziri. I was hoping you would stop by at some point. Word around town is you are you're a fervent addict of the page like I am, as well as a mighty big eater like I am. Us girls have got to put it away somehow, don't we?
Absently look down at my stomach and rub it before glancing back at her. Yes, I enjoy a book and food.
Yes, nothing quite like a good book on a rainy day. Or perhaps you like to sit in the sun and read. No, with your complexion, I guess that's not entirely true. I suppose you stay indoors most of the time then, Ziri?
It's true. I do try to. I mean, I've always kind of been a night person, you know.
I'm quite the opposite, so no, I do not, but I do celebrate our differences. Just know that should you ever need help or wish to form a book club, I would be right there with you.
It's a book club.
A book club is when you find fellow like-minded individuals and you all read a book together and then you discuss the book. Have you never been part of a book club?
I haven't.
Would you like to be?
What kind of books do you read in a book club?
She gestures around you. Oh, all of these, you see. Anything that really catches our interest. I'm a firm believer in both the religious texts, but also the worldly matters, after all.
Have you ever heard of and then I would like to cut her off and proceed into talking about the book that I was talking to Gideon about the other night.
The Book of the Afterlife?
Full transcripts.
Yeah, that guy.
She thinks for a minute. Yes, there have been, well, I suppose it would be easier to show you. Come. She's going to grab your hand without asking permission first and lead you to a
Fine, I'll follow her.
small section of the library. Displayed out in plain view, there's maybe about 6 or 7 strange-looking books with titles that seemingly catch your interest. They stand out a little amongst the various subjects around you, detailing, how to properly tend to crops and how to defend against goblins and the various histories of Otari. But sitting there in the midst of all these is, well, treatises on pharasmic deeds and treatises on the river Styx, and there's even a couple books about, well, strange rituals and the occult. It's a pretty surprising thing, but she begins to pull a book off of the shelf and pass it to you. Unfortunately, these books are quite rare. Not too many people would like to discuss what happens in the beyond, you see. Most of us go to our grave just believing that we will be rewarded one way or another, or punished one way or another for our deeds by the deities. And she taps the book, makes a nice, hearty thumping.
Flip through the book curiously, and then, in response to what she said, mutter, "That's stupid."
The afterlife is stupid?
No. People think they're just gonna be rewarded or punished for whatever happens after.
Do you, not believe in the realms beyond?
I mean, I think once we die, we rot. Unless, of course, somebody animates you. In which case, I guess that's kind of like living again, isn't it? It's not really you.
She tilts her head at you.
It can be also a dreadful, dreadful mess. Depending how long it's been, you see.
She tilts her head at you. Yes, while the necromantic arts are, in general, becoming more and more widely accepted, it's at this point you notice that a few of the acolytes are looking at the both of you curiously as the head priest is openly debating necromancy in the church. Well, if you were to discuss it with me, the necromantic energies are in fact becoming more widely accepted, but in general, while they're not as evil as they used to be, they are still a blessing from Pharasma in general. It's been proven that there is an afterlife, however, Ziri. We can in fact go there. While some of the metaphysics around the river Styx have changed over the years, I can in fact show you hell if you would like to see that. I don't recommend it, but
I'm going to be reading this book.
Just completely
and have not noticed that she stopped talking.
Okay. The book you were reading are The Development of Worms in High Thaumaturgy Fields, detailing, once again, that hive minds can actually excel in areas where a lot of magic and ether in the air permeates. Essentially, hive minds can form when consciousnesses. Goddamn, DMing is hard sometimes, guys. When various minds come together, any sort of amalgamation, forcibly blended, when the ether in a area is sort of more potent than the will of the people inside of it, what you might know as ether sickness, but in sufficiently small creatures with weak wills, it can in fact sort of fuse them together. It's quite interesting. Unfortunately, Vandy has now Siri,
I'm going to keep reading.
Vandy thinks for a minute and grabs a large book off the shelf and slams it on the ground, making the entire cathedral jump.
I'm going to calmly glance over, see that a book has landed on the ground, and go back to reading.
I see. Well, at least you made sure to let me know that you were doing it on purpose. She puts the book
I'm gonna
back
look
on the
up.
shelf.
I'm sorry, did you say something, Vandy?
I said many things, but perhaps you're not ready for that information and knowledge, but I won't judge you for that.
Oh, thanks for this. This was a really cool book. That book club, you might be onto something. I'm gonna go ahead and hand her back the book and then wander away.
Okay. You do so, and she gives you a wry, false smile, putting the book back on the shelf. Faye. She walks away. Elsewhere, Gideon. A loud noise has drawn your attention. Your fragile concentration now shattered.
In real life as well as here. Alright. I'm gonna look up at the book. See what's going on in the distance.
It seems like Ziri is having some sort of argument, or Vandy is trying to get Ziri's attention, but she has now walked away.
Let's go look over. Yeah, that seems about right.
Sorry. Social cues. Theory. Nah.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Sazan, your prayers are cut short by a very loud bang noise from the other room, and Ziri begins to stride past your hall.
Is everything alright?
Yeah, why wouldn't it be?
I heard some kind of noise.
Oh, I think a book just fell on the ground.
I guess that would happen.
I'm gonna
Regardless.
take a minute to go take a look at the sun sword.
It is
Probably
quiet in
will.
here. Everything probably just sounds louder.
Okay. I don't know if I have. I don't have the Sun Sword music, unfortunately. I don't think I do. I think I put that in the
Oh,
the
that's fine.
private collection server because I don't like to brag about Stray, so
Understandable.
I get embarrassed talking about my OCs. Do I have something similar? Yeah, you know what? We'll do this. Which will definitely get copyright struck.
Oh no.
Excellent.
Anyway, the hall where the Sun Sword lies is clearly well kept and tended. It is a platinum hilted blade with a shining, polished blade, clearly polished daily, if not hourly. The thing looks immaculate, with a large sapphire embedded in the hilt. even you, Gideon, who is not a caster, can kind of feel magic emanating from the blade. It is a force, almost like you're pushing against some sort of viscous air as you approach it. It's not an altogether bad feel.
Is there any, like, inscription for it or details on it nearby?
Underneath the blade itself is a small silver plaque that reads, "In loving memory of our friend Otari, may he rest in peace." Underneath that is the words Vol Elendio.
Is there anything I can tell from this unsorted glance, other than the fact that it's obviously magical looking at it?
Give me a warfare lore or society check.
Society's better, but warfare is more specific information. I'd probably go for the warfare. I did that roll in secret.
While you have seen many, many weapons over your time, you've become sort of accustomed with metals and materials. While you would never be able to craft a sword on your own, you can kind of tell at a glance this thing is incredibly well made. It's tight, it's put together, and it is ancient. Whatever metal this is, for some reason, though you may have never laid eyes on the material, you can tell it's incredibly lightweight, and it would feel pretty good to use. It's a quality-made weapon. Metallic blade, shining. No visible runes mar its almost mirror-like surface. You get the feeling that this thing could be used as well as a short sword, should you wish. The long and short of it is, the Sunblade is a finesse weapon, despite being a longsword.
Got it. Well, I got what I came for. I'm gonna slog my way back to the books.
Okay. You do so. It has now been about an hour and 40 minutes since you each woke up. It's getting to be about 8 o'clock.
Sorry, I dozed off in this throne of mine. We should probably head to Rivers.
I agree.
I'm gonna look up and just realize that Wesk is apparently sitting at about a little above eye level with him. Huh. Yeah, this is a good stopping point.
Stopping point? Did you start?
It's
Yeah,
a
this
little
is a good
harsh. She
stopping
was here an hour before us.
He's called me a Yoshi multiple times.
You've only heard it the once.
He also forcibly tossed me in the river last night.
Who here
I'll
has
give you
not
that one.
dunked their friends in a river?
Well, shall we be off
Reminds me, what's the
then?
next time y'all are visiting?
I thought you guys were
Is,
visiting Jer first.
He's like 2 hours away.
When's the next time I'm visiting? God, it's gonna be a bit.
Same. I have to repay Como anyway. Regardless. What are each of you doing as it is now? Let's say we'll hand wave it. It's about 8 o'clock now.
We should probably head to Ravers.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Why are we going to Ravers?
To my understanding, Raver's a teacher at the school where the students are likely to be.
Next
So-
to the farm?
Alright. And you guys make your way to Raver's shop. So the yes?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. It's been out 10
Hopefully
minutes
he has
walking
a-
across town. And you go to the small barn that Raver has somehow struck a deal to lodge in. Give it a few quick raps at the door, only to receive no answer.
It seems he's already left.
I thought we were going to the school.
Well, we figured we'd walk with Raver to the school, but I guess we were too.
I
Let's just
guess
head to the school.
Guess I took a little bit too long back there. Well, the school it is.
Okay. It gets me away from any more books about what wizards can do to terrible things.
Did you really need books to know that?
I mean, how many powerful wizards have you met?
Looks to Ziri. I don't think she's technically a wizard, so 0.
Siri, are you a wizard?
I am not a wizard.
No. That. Yep, 0.
Regardless, you
I
each
should get you passages from those books sometime.
arrive at what you know as the Otari School. A guard in front of the gate greets you all. May I help you?
I believe we're here to speak with Raver.
The doctor. What's your name? I'll tell him you're here.
You can tell him that Gideon's here, along with everyone else.
Alright. One Gideon and everyone else. He strides inside of the building lazily. 5 minutes passes when he comes back out. He asks if it's urgent.
Wesk looks to Gideon and raises an eyebrow. Is it urgent?
Define urgent. If we're going to get back into the gauntlet anytime soon.
He strides back in. Another few minutes passes before he comes out. He says that if you have to ask him to define urgent, it is therefore not urgent.
Understandable.
Do you need to see the mistress of the manor, or are you here about her job offer?
We're here about the job offer.
He shrugs. Alright, you come with me.
Wesk looks to the others, shrugs, walks through the gate.
Okay.
Should we be following him? I'm a little
I guess I'll
lost.
try to.
I mean, if we can.
I'll try to casually walk after him.
Okay. You do so?
I remember the job offer from several sessions ago, but I have no memory of what it was, and I don't think I took notes on it. That was like the first or second session I did.
Yeah.
That's what makes this
You
funny.
know, I am. Oh,
As you stride through the manor, It is a pretty large manor, almost as large as the mayor's manor. But it looks like about half of this manor has now been dedicated to maybe 2 classrooms, one with some younger children, one with some older children. And you notice that Raver is speaking to some older children. There's a makeshift blackboard and a couple of desks. Maybe only about a classroom of about 25. But as he notices you beginning to walk past Gideon, still wearing his strange mask, what would you like to do? He strides up to the doorway upon seeing you.
Let's go look to Gideon. Gideon's the one here for him, so we're here for the. I just got us in saying we're in here for the job.
Raver slowly, quietly shuts the
Wait,
classroom door before returning to teaching the kids. You were brought before a woman, older, and looks to be a half-elf.
Wait.
I know what I said.
No.
Yeah?
Sorry. I think I was muted for a second there. I was gonna flag Raver down, but
Oh, no, you were muted. You didn't say anything at all.
I see. It doesn't matter. Let's just keep rolling.
Regardless, you were brought before a half-elven woman on the older end of things, sitting in what looks to be some sort of office, scattered with papers all around, a few plaques on the wall, and a small flag draped in the corner haphazardly. A number of beautiful, vibrantly colored plants decorate the office that look far more tended than the papers around. She glances up at you before sliding down a pair of goggles that lie on top of her head, and her eyes grow large under their magnification. Yes? They said they're here for the job offer. The guard gestures to each of you. She clicks her goggles a couple of times. Well, go on.
I'm gonna nudge Wesk. Get one of the job offer.
Yes, our business happened to take us past here, and we remembered the job offer, though we forgot about the specifics. We figured we'd hear about it from the source.
Yes, I'm offering a job as a teacher at our school. We always need learned people to help educate the future generation.
Oh, he's real good with kids.
Okay, well that's
Just
good.
with kids.
Oh, I didn't follow them.
Oh, you're just standing.
I was trying not to interrupt the flow of anything, but realizing that the sword might not be in there, I was going to ask around town.
Okay, you have.
Sorry, I didn't want to
started-
interrupt the flow of anything there.
The one person. Actually, Ziri might be a pretty good teacher, but
Yes, with all those social skills and, her ability to deal with children that Ziri has, infamously, in fact.
yes.
Ah, yes, the
Hey,
witch.
we're learning
That's who
about
will have teach some children.
What are you talking about? Kids would love her.
She glances at
Wouldn't
you,
be
Wes.
mutual, but-
Well, what can you teach?
Well, I mean, I guess we'll full send. I can teach them how to shoot a gun, but I'm pretty sure that's probably not on your curriculum.
She clicks her goggles again. You say you know your way around a firearm?
That's correct.
Does that mean you know your way around some technology?
I guess you could say that. What kind of technology?
Would you like to teach our children about history and engineering?
Would you be okay with a kobold teaching?
Would you be okay with the teacher's salary?
Gideon is trying not to visibly chuckle too hard.
I mean, I'm got a lot on my plate already, but I could maybe teach a lesson every now and then.
We're unfortunately looking for, well, a little bit more than part-time. Would you be willing to speak as a guest, should I request?
I think I could do that.
Excellent. She stands, a few of the papers spilling off her desk, and she holds out a hand across the desk awkwardly. I'm Almora Inkelholtz. This is my manor. It's nice to meet you. I will, where can I find you, should I wish to contact you?
Oh, the rockfish, Rowdy Rockfish.
Ah, you must be the adventurers. Ravers told me about you.
Yes.
The mayor has high hopes for all of you. She clicks her goggles again to glance at the rest of you. As she clicks her goggles, her eyes zoom in and out wildly in size. The mayor has told me a lot about you. The new Rose Guard, he says. He wants to... Well, maybe I shouldn't speak. Maybe he should speak for himself.
But as it stands right now, would you mind if we just took a quick look around? I think Raver gave one of the children something that he meant to have wind up with us, but it didn't.
It could potentially be dangerous in the kid's hands, you see.
Oh my. What pray tell is it?
It's a sword.
Oh. Well, you'll not find it here. We would notice a child with a sword. It is on elsewhere. Go ahead and give me a diplomacy or society check, please. Where are you asking these questions, Cezanne?
Cezanne is theoretically good at diplomacy.
I would have been asking generally in that area they went to yesterday, the one where there's known to be the gathering. I'm also going to be noting that if I'm speaking with any kids, I'll be noting that I'm looking on behalf of the Slinger.
My next bet was going to be the stash they kept up here.
But yeah, here's my diplomacy.
Okay. I will say, while you are unable to find any kids skipping school at this time, what you do, in fact, is... What you do find, in fact, is a parent looking for her child skipping school. Unfortunately, the child is a known troublemaker, and she is complaining that just the other night he brought home some gold that he was not supposed to have. When she questioned him about it, she realized that he had been trying to pawn the sword off in the Otari market. He swears up and down that he didn't sell it to Otari market, but he sold it to somebody else. Perhaps you could ask down at the Otari market if they've seen where the boy with the sword came from or where he went with the sword before bidding you a good day. Darting off to the Otari market, you ask around again, only to discover that, yes, the child did try to immediately pawn the sword off to anyone who would take it. Fortunately, the child is a known troublemaker, and most people chalked it up to him having stolen the sword from somebody. They called Tavius over, who is the expert at swords around this matter, and you make your way to Blades for Glades, where finally, after hustling around town for a number of minutes, you arrive at Tavius's shop. Welcome to Blades for Glades. How the hell are you? It's you. Where's the other one?
The other one?
The other one. The troublemaker.
Gideon probably at the school right now.
What's he doing with... Never mind. I don't want to know. What do you need?
Yeah, so there's been a whole kind of mix-up, and a kid happened to have Gideon's sword.
Oh,
I heard
the sword,
it ended
he
up
says,
with you.
flopping a long sword. Sorry, a bastard sword onto the table.
Does this look like the sword that I have seen him carry?
It is.
Yes, that would be the one.
Tavius blinks at you a couple times.
So, what would I owe you to get that back?
Well, I was really hoping to lord it over his head. But I suppose I can part with it for you. He slides the sword over the counter to you.
Really do appreciate it. I heard the kid came back with some gold. Did you give him some for this? I can pay you back for that. At the very least.
I think it'll be fine. I'm hurting for cash, but I figured it was better not to let a child run around with a magically enchanted flaming longsword. Despite what people might think about me.
Well, it's much appreciated.
Yes, I'm sure it is. Why don't you tell the asshole to keep an eye on his gear, so it doesn't end up in the hands of a child again? How the hell did he lose it anyway?
Yeah. Well, he left it to be enchanted with a friend.
The doc?
And yeah.
Oh, that explains it.
I'll be making sure that he keeps a good eye on it from here on.
Please do. I can't go around buying swords off of everybody.
That is no means for a system of government.
No, those swords are gifted.
Yeah.
That would be a monarchy. This is capitalism.
Capitalism is a form of government? Let's not go there.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's time for our regularly scheduled... anyway.
I'll take the sword. Yes, do let me know if you change your mind on the gold bit, but...
Look, if it's gonna bug you that much, just say you owe me a favor and we'll call it even.
That sounds fine.
Just pay the gold.
And I'll go ahead and head out.
Okay. Elsewhere. At the school. Well, as the rest of you, are you guys looking for jobs as teachers?
I don't know how much I'd be able to teach to kids unless they're severely lacking in physical education. Then I could whip them into shape.
Are you suggesting you'll be a gym teacher?
Sure.
They do say those who can't do, teach, and those who can't teach, teach gym.
I thought we were supposed to be like new Rose Guard, heroes this town. Not getting a whole lot of that right now.
You'll note that the mayor said that you are the new Rose Guard. I don't know anything about you.
News doesn't travel fast in this town, it seems.
No, I've heard about you. I just don't know if I believe it yet. If I had a copper for every single time some hot-blooded young men went up to the Gauntlet, swearing up and down they were the new Rose Guard, coming back with a few trinkets and slain goblins under their belt, I could afford to fund this entire town.
God, I wish it was goblins.
Kobolds, then.
God, I wish it was kobolds.
Do you?
Yeah, I
Huh.
deal with kobolds.
That seems mildly upsetting to your friend here.
No, he would be the first one at them, actually.
Oh, are you one of those self-hating kobolds?
I prefer the term free thinker, but whatever works for you.
Regardless, if you're not here for the teaching job, why are you here?
They were just here with me.
I see. Well, I will send for you at the Rowdy Rockfish should you be needed. Your friend Raver has already taken up a full-time position as a teacher.
Gideon shudders quietly at what he might be teaching the girl.
Elsewhere in Raver's classroom.
Thanks for your help.
Elsewhere in Raver's classroom. Raver has just finished marking down some strange symbols denoting directions and some alchemical symbols on the formula on the blackboard, before proudly turning 180 degrees and slamming his palms down on the desk. And beneath his mask, his expression hidden, a quiet phrase. Today, children, we're going to learn to do a fucking infinite.
God's they'd be better off with Ziri.
Back in the office of one
Back in the plot.
Inkelholtz. Well, I wish you the best of luck with your exploration of the Gauntlet. And I will send for you should I need you. And I do hope for all of our sakes you find your sword.
Yes. It's well, I'm sure we'll find something. Where is this?
I'm sure Mr. Terry here can show you the way out.
Very well. Thank you, Mr. Terry.
After about 10 minutes of talking, you wind up outside again with no Cezanne in sight.
No, seriously, where is the Alright, so now we're down a sword and a priest.
Well,
We were also down one alchemist who would have the weapons of a joke. Oh wait.
Where, should probably, find him.
Let's see. This is on. I'm looking for a sword. Nope, can't do it. I don't think I can think like a priest. Especially not like Cezanne. Maybe ask around town, see if somebody's seen him.
That's where it says on. You now step out into the daylight, emerging from Blades for Glades, clutching a rather worn long bastard sword into your hand.
I'd make my way back towards where I'd seen them, but, you know, keeping enough of a distance from the school as to not worry anyone that someone's carrying a sword straight. Like, I'm not walking up to the front gates with a sword.
Well, a priest with a sword walks by a school. Nobody's alarmed.
You know.
Luckily for you, Cezanne, you have the forethought to sort of keep this sword out of view. So you adjust the long air repeater on your back and begin to stride down the street.
Nice dodge!
Before making your way back to your party.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, there he is.
I got the sword.
That's excellent. Where'd you find it?
Obvious.
Why?
Well, you see, he didn't want a kid walking around with a sword.
I mean, that's understandable. Oh god. How did the kid get the sword to Tavius, though?
Oh, he was trying
Oh
to sell
god,
it
he
in
was
the
trying to
market.
pawn the sword, wasn't he?
Hey, Ziri, that sword's familiar.
Huh?
Yeah, this is the sword that kid tried to sell you. Apparently that kid was trying to sell it to a lot of people.
Huh. Some kid came and tried to sell me that sword. Remember I told you guys some kid was trying to sell a sword?
He wasn't trying to sell you the sword, he was trying to deliver you the sword!
No, he was trying to sell it. He wanted money for it.
Yeah, it's not your sword.
He wanted a tip for the delivery. Oh god, is this what people who were raised in the streets are like?
You don't know
Yeah,
what
there were
Gideon's
no
talking
streets
about.
where I was raised.
Frankly, I don't even know what anything was like where you were raised.
Swampy.
Regardless, you
Yes.
you best keep a good eye on this.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to meeting Devias again. I think I owe him one now.
I think
Just to quickly break the flow for myself, it was just a +1 smoking sword, yes?
So the thing there was to add a striking rune.
Ah, that's what I'm missing. There it is.
Yes. The smoking
Speaking
sword's
of-
already a +1.
how much was that striking rune?
60.
I'm close, but not there yet.
I wish I could help you out, but after getting that, I have 2 gold.
I was sitting here like, man, this seems like a huge deal for just a +1.
Yeah, no. That was all for a striking rune.
Yeah, no, that's much more worth it.
Yep.
Regardless, Cezanne, if you would give him his sword back.
Yeah, how do I just drag that onto his character?
Yeah,
Where's-
Yep.
drag it onto the character.
Okay.
Not in the inventory, just on the character.
Yeah.
There you go, Gideon. Your smoky black longsword that looks charred. It's back on your hip.
You know, I don't know what you did to that man. I've really only spoken to him like twice. I get the sense he doesn't much care for you.
Listen, he makes good armor, and he misunderstands things sometimes. I'm trying not to hold it against him.
As it stands right now, I think we are finally ready to reattempt the gauntlet.
Actually, well, I'd like to get my shield fixed. I do believe I gave the steel shield back, but how long could a shield take to fix?
Do you want to find out?
Please tell me it's not like half a day to just fix a shield.
No, it's 10 minutes.
That's about what I thought. I figured it was a downtime thing.
Actually, give me that shield real quick.
Yeah, alright.
Wes, do you have a repair kit?
Uh,
You do not.
no, I don't.
You would need tools to repair, bud. I'm sure that, well,
Yeah.
Tavius has tools.
So you could fix it, right? Wes?
Thought I could, but I need more than what I have.
So you can fix it, right?
Give me 10 minutes, Lesk says as he heads off towards the market.
To the market.
Because he's going to see if he can purchase a repair kit.
Okay. You make your way to the Otari market. Hustling and bustling. A man with some vibrant red hair, a dour, humorless face, glares at you as you walk in. Seems like he's keeping an eye on the various stalls around the market.
Let's go. Give a glance towards him. He'd raise an eyebrow, but he doesn't have any. In confusion, and then head towards a general shop to see if they have like.
You do find a hawker and wear poultices, potions, oils.
I just need a set of.
There you are. Alright, yes.
I just need a set of tools to repair some gear on the fly. I know a lot of adventurers come through here, so you probably got some.
I do. I have a good old pack of repair kit here. Got a hammer and like some pliers and whatever these things are. He tosses all of them into a leather satchel. You want it?
Yeah, I'll take it.
You want it the good shit?
I'm fine with just having.
Cheapskate. 2 gold.
Let's go. Toss 2 gold up onto the counter.
Okay. You give him 2 gold coins. He looks at it for a little bit. Don't I know you? Yeah,
Is there
that
another
slinger around? Yeah. He passes you the repair kit. It is a large, heavy sack. Notably, it has a portable anvil in it. It's quite heavy. But you now have a repair kit. Yeah.
It's heavy, but I'm still not at my encumbered limit. Or I'm not even. Yeah.
The dour man shoots you a look from out the corner as you shop. before you return to the other shopkeep, the general store. Well, pleasure doing business with you, Slinger. I would think you'd have your own tools for this. What do I know? Anyway, you send your buddies back here, aren't you? I'll get you sorted out real quick, like.
I'll do my best. Have a
Hopefully your
good day.
friends aren't as cheap as you are, you little fucking bastard.
Wesk will leave at that remark.
Okay. Weska's been gone for about 15 minutes now. What are the rest of you doing? Standing outside of the school awkwardly.
So
I'm
are
going
we?
to be inspecting the sword.
Okay. Feels good in the hand. Hums with a little bit more dangerous, destructive might in your hands.
Good condition, no dings.
No dings. I mean, beyond what it was already dinged up, it is essentially just an old, flaming longsword that has had its magic run out. So it is still quite old and charred, its blade stained black with its own flames, but feels good to have it back. You were growing attached to the hatchet. It served you well, but you are at heart a swordsman.
Very true.
Oh,
Reminds me, I should probably ask Wes for the hatchet back as well.
oh, I do believe neither of you were around for this discussion, but Wesk and I were talking about possibly stopping back by the altar on the first floor. I wanted to take a better look at it now that, well, we're seeing more of that around.
You mean where we found the body?
Body?
Yeah, you know, with the necklace.
No, not in the basement. On, like, the ground floor.
There was a body on the cathedral.
Oh, that was in the cathedral? Oh.
Yep.
Yes, yeah.
They had
that-
the necklace.
Yeah, no, sorry, I completely misremembered. I thought that was in a different spot. Yeah, that would be the one. We kind of backed out of there pretty quickly, and that was partially on me, but
Oh, that was mostly me running for my life. Peter Pan style.
Wesk rejoins the party now.
Oh, welcome back. Please tell me you found what you needed.
One more minute, Wesk says as he takes their pair of tools out and sets the shield on the ground and gets to work. Should I give you that,
Go ahead and
Crafting
give me a
check?
crafting check. He begins to get to work on your shield. Where is that thing? Where is your shield?
it's in my,
He
Gideon
gave
handed it to
you.
me.
I see. Oh, we're just gonna go ahead and not do that. We're going to 5 hit points. Where is this thing at? How do I repair this thing? 5 per proficiency rank, so 10, I believe. So this thing is at 19, if I can type correctly. That thing's at 19 health again. It is fixed. As Wesk begins to spend about the next 10 minutes.
1 minute.
1 minute?
he has a feat for it.
I have a feat for
I
it.
see.
Quick repair.
Why didn't we do this sooner? That took
Because I
you
didn't have a
minute.
repair kit.
What do I owe you for the repair kit, my dude?
5 gold.
I only got 2. I'm not joking. I'll tell you what. How about 2 gold and a dark vision elixir? Worth 6.
It's useless on me.
So it's half off.
I'll just take the too cold. You know what? I'll take the 2 gold, and Wesk will hand Gideon the repair kit. You look like you can carry this better than I can.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Gideon, you eye the portable anvil, shrug, and once again realize that this party is made out of, well, you glance over at Ziri. You glance over at Cezanne. And you glance over at Wesk. The word nerds might be a little bit... Regardless, each of you spend about 1 minute as Wesk incredibly quickly scurries around repairing this shield that is maybe about half as large as he is. With that, it's getting to be about 8:30 in the morning. What are each of you doing?
Shall we head to the gauntlet?
Sure. You want to hand me back the shield and the repair kit, I suppose? Oh yeah, can you also hand me back the hatchet? It's a good secondary weapon in case we come across anything else undead.
Alright, but I get to sell the next weapon we come across.
Time to drop a Vorpal sword in here.
Absolutely. I would give him the smoking sword.
Give us not working. Do I have to drag it over
You
your
have to drag it
character?
over
Drag
the
it
icon,
onto
not the
his
inventory.
character token.
It's a problem I have every single time.
There. There's the shield. What else does this have? The hatchet. There you go.
Good news, Gideon. You're feeling heavy. Gideon opens his attaché case, Resident Evil style, and begins to shuffle around some items.
That's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, I'm aware of what's happening. You each make your way to the gauntlet?
Yes.
Alright.
Yes.
You each begin to hit the old dusty trail that leads deeper into the swamp. A familiar feeling at this point.
As we're walking,
By the
I'd
way,
like
I was
to.
offering you the elixir to sell, right? It's worth 6 gold. It was more than you asked for.
As we're walking, I'd like to draw and reload the lawn air repeater.
Okay.
If we're currently walking through the fog fin, I'd like to keep my eyes peeled through here. I'm still looking for hide nor hair of the man with the lantern. Or Lazda, but I suspect the lantern's gonna be easier to spot while we're moving through here.
Okay. You do so, and unfortunately nothing really seems to catch your eye, but you make your way through. Notably, as you pass the druid pond, the stone ring pond, the the halfling druid waves a greeting at you, the same one that apparently is searching for a werewolf in these swamps. Seems like she is returning from a nightly expedition. Sorry. DMing is hard.
Anything. That's fine.
A
We'll wave back.
nightly expedition through the swamp. She looks tired. Gives you a small wave as you are making your way through the fog fin. About 20 minutes pass and you realize that you are now cresting the hill that gazes down at the gauntlet. Any last actions before you enter?
Let's see.
I hold still here, Gideon.
So there's do to make the sword striking? Or is that just going to show up in combat? Does it make a
I've
difference
already
in
made
which
it
one?
striking.
Cool.
It is a
Nice.
+1 striking smoking sword at this point.
Alright, got light back on the lion's base shield. This is starting to feel very familiar to get in.
Okay.
As Gideon walks by, he just sort of swings the sword a few times. Feels much better than the hatchet does.
With that, we're going to enter the gauntlet once again. For the first time in a while, it feels like.
Yeah.
Just gonna double check, make sure. Yep. Okay, no duplicates of your characters.
Good.
That is good.
And you find yourselves once more.
Can I do the thing where I just move my character around for a little bit? Because I don't have any of this explored anymore.
Sure, I can just.
It's taking me half a moment to load in anyway, so.
Gideon turns on no clip for just a bit.
Oh, that's so much better.
Let me know when you guys are loaded in.
I'm kind of stuck at 97, but I assume
I'm loaded
that's just doing the thing where it's taking a bit to load the last couple percents.
Okay.
Speaking's hard.
Speaking is hard. You should try to speak for the next 3 hours straight.
Am loaded in.
Oh, I'm the slow one today.
I was gonna say with lightning fast for me, which is not the norm. Let it be fair, I think I preloaded it.
If I was smart, I would have preloaded it.
Okay, I
Gaming
think.
taught me the importance of preloading everything.
Go ahead and give me a perception roll as each of you get your vision back, please.
I'm still at 99, but I'm going to go ahead and give you the roll.
Okay. Sounds fine to me, bud.
Oh, good, I can see.
Oh, looks like you went.
Ziri.
Mm.
As you begin to meander your way through, something catches your eye that did not stick out at first when you first came through here. There's a secret door here. You pause for a moment and notice that it is here. The rest of your party does not seem to have noticed it quite yet.
Hey guys, there's a door over here.
Huh?
I'd like
Well.
to gesture at the door
Okay.
and kind of trace my fingers along it.
Surprised we missed that the number of times it came through here.
I'll be damned. Give it a shot.
Your heart races as you realize this might be an unexplored room not picked over by the dozen or so no. A strange runic circle lies on the floor. Go ahead and give me an Arcana or Occult check.
That's outside my field of expertise.
All of us?
Same.
Anyone who would like to. Nice.
Okay, sure.
That is a critical success, in fact. You have occultism, Cezanne. That's great. Unfortunately, We're going to go with Ziri's critical success. Ziri,
Oh, that's fair.
this is a teleportation circle. Unfortunately, it looks like treasure hunters have just scoured this room and absolutely ruined it. Teleportation circles are made with silver, and it looks like people have just dug in and gouged out all of the silver out of the circle, rendering it useless, permanently dispelling and destroying it. But you have extensive knowledge of teleportation circles. They're actually quite rare in Iridel. They are an old, powerful magic that not many people know how to do anymore. The few teleportation circles that still are in the world are cheap remnant knockoffs of the old elf gates, and in fact, teleportation circles are the incredibly significant landmarks in the world. Closely guarded secrets, centers of power. This is exciting. This is like seeing Bigfoot in the wild. You would probably have a nerdgasm, only to have your heart crushed as you realize it's no longer active. Somebody might not have realized what this is and just destroyed it. Just
As I first realize what it is, I will dash in there, and then I'll be looking it over while I start relaying the information. Then, while I'm looking over it, I'll start noticing the damage that's done to it and tracing along that with my fingers and telling them that as well, that it's damaged, and visibly looking a bit more crestfallen as I notice just how extensive the damage is.
So, who in the world can actually cast teleportation magic?
Ziri pipes up. Teleportation circles are a 7th level spell. You would have to be level 15.
So, who in the world can actually cast teleportation magic? Because that should be a short list.
Nobody that any of you know of. It is an old, forgotten art. With your critical success, though, you do manage to, by some miracle, Siri, decipher this teleportation circle is local. There are probably teleportation circles still active somewhere in the Gauntlet. This is not like a long form teleport to a different city. This is localized entirely in the Gauntlet. Your heart swells as you now realize that there might be a way to learn teleportation magic somewhere in this Gauntlet.
That is pretty exciting. How do I find it?
How do you find what?
How do I learn it?
Learn teleportation magic?
Yes.
You're way outside my field of expertise.
Notably, this is a strange teleportation circle. Teleportation circles are typically 10 by 10. This is an extremely compact, efficient teleportation circle. Whoever did this, assuming that it did work at one point and this isn't just some failed teleportation circle, they would be an even stronger, more powerful caster than a 7th level spellcaster to compact it this much.
Much as I'd like to learn how to do this,
I kind of hope the person who did this isn't still lingering around.
Yeah?
Well, it could be Bakura herself. Was she not a fairly powerful magic wielder? She built this place, didn't she?
Is that true? Yes. No.
Yes.
I know that. Yes. 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 I mean, that makes sense. Yes. It could have been. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of linger around it wistfully.
Oh.
Not only is this teleportation circle more compact and efficient, this teleportation circle contains remnants that it was also two-way. Usually teleportation circles are a one-way thing. They send you to your destination, and that's it.
So, the only thing I picked up from this is that we should be on the lookout for other teleportation circles in the Gauntlet. Might be a shortcut to get around.
This one's so far damaged. We'd have to repair it, I think.
I don't think we need to do anything with that one. I mean, look around us. The rest of the Gauntlet doesn't necessarily look like this. This is the big clean portion.
And I much less believe we could repair it. At least from what we know right now.
So, good luck with that one.
As much as
Yet
you would
again.
love to repair it and witness the ancient magic of teleportation in action yourself, Ziri, you do not possess the knowledge to cast or repair this spell.
It is an interesting discovery, but let's go see that altar.
Party of nerds.
Party of nerds indeed. Cezanne, you would know much the same thing, although you would not have been able to trace back
Decipher
the
it,
localized location and the two-way, all the intricate, tiny details. But you would know what teleportation is. The remains of a man still lie decrepit against the wall here.
What was it about the remains again? I'm pretty sure somebody got a very bad feeling in here and we just stopped.
Well, no.
I'm pretty sure I saw the imagery
Yeah, the
and
symbol
said,
of
we need to get out of here.
Pelora, and we took the
not
express
Pelora.
exit out.
Trust me, that is not Pelura.
Well,
The long, looming stained glass windows illuminated by the morning sun stretch. Once again, familiar in a familiar fashion. The air here is noticeably colder and damper than elsewhere in the ruins. Condensed beads of water run down the walls here, as if the air is thicker here. Three short flights of steps lead upward to a stone dais in the middle, made out of some sort of white stone. Each of these stained glass windows is about 20 feet tall and shatter at the top, because most of this floor of the Gauntlet has no roof. Each scene depicting ghosts rising from graveyards, stretching up to a strange four-eyed creature, each eye a star.
just takes a deep breath and goes up the last staircase.
Okay. You arrive at the top.
I'm gonna start poking through the corpse remains over here.
We already looked through that last time we were here.
No, we did not.
West, as you round the corner, you spot some various bodies, possibly much like the previous thing. Slain adventurers that came before, perhaps.
Oh, what? Sleep, not traps.
Gideon takes a small silver ring that is engraved, "To my beloved." A wedding ring, which I believe is the reason you didn't loot it the first time, Gideon, if that makes a difference.
We did.
Probably leave the ring.
Yeah, we did check, and the corpse was too old to be I can't think of her name's husband. I want to say Greta, but I know it's not right. No, our proprietress of the inn.
Oh, you mean her son?
Yeah, sorry.
As you approach the stained glass is on, you get a lump in your throat. Go ahead and give me a perception check, Weskins is on. In secret, please.
Yeah. Oh no, wait. That's not the button.
As you cast a cursory glance around the room, each of you now experienced adventures in your own right. Notice a small alcove tucked underneath the stone dais.
Huh. That's cool.
Small
Period.
rivulets of water drip down the walls here, casting an eerie atmosphere around the room. Whatever this room is supernatural of some type. Cezanne, you realize that, once again, Nimbalot's iconography is a skull soaked with moss and water of the Styx.
Wes points to the magical stuff inside the shrine. This is your area of expertise.
Do I notice anything about it that's strange that would cause me to hesitate before grabbing it?
As much as you love your necromancy, I would say no, you would probably grab it without thinking in your excitement. But no, other than the fact that, well, assuming this place is old, as you discussed with Vandy earlier, Animate Dead and necromancy have only very recently become sort of non-stigmatized. If this was truly here in the past, this would be a very big no-no.
Yeah, I'll take that. Thanks.
This might be a bit of an odd question. Is there any signs that there's been any level of, say, I know you described there's damage in the roof. Has there been any sign that there's been any kind of upkeep in this area? Or is it as decrepit as the rest?
As decrepit as the rest. Spider webs in the corners, no roof above your head, the stained glass kind of shattering at the top, moss overgrowing the room. Although the moss overgrowing in this room, again, the iconography of the skull, the water, the moss, you're not sure if that moss was here before or not at this point, but no, this room does not look any more upkept than the rest of this floor of the Gauntlet.
Drugs. Well, thought there'd be more.
Oh, I guess this means taking a look. It looks like the ghouls haven't been through here. At least there's not signs of them taking care of it.
There's one more place I'd like to check out, however.
There's some damage in the ceiling. Oh.
Where else would you like to check out?
There was a certain door we walked past a while back that I'd like to try my hand at opening.
Is it around
The
here?
carved doors on the floor down from here.
Big locked metal door.
You might have to be more specific.
That also had the same symbology.
Yep.
What symbology is it?
Just
I'm
focus.
gonna gesture to the stained glass. It's where the ghouls reference their priestess as being. In fact, if I recall.
Wait, the priestess is Belcora?
So we're gonna loop down around underneath the boat dock into the second level.
I believe their deity is Belcora, not their priestess. They were talking of taking us to their priestess, and I'm at the very least going to hope that wouldn't mean taking us to Belcora. She's dead.
Oh, no, not those big metal doors. There was another metal door. I'll show you where it is.
Oh. Not that metal door?
Not the two big metal doors where we fought the ghouls
No,
before.
not the library.
Oh.
I think
I'll show you.
One floor down. We had the passageway past the water drake.
Yeah, in that passageway
okay,
there
that
was. And since we have connected those corridors, that was a great time to try and open it.
Yep. Seems like a solid plan.
The place where Gideon got his shadow stolen?
Yeah, but a little bit before that.
Yeah. Remember the cave we walked through past the water drake that you didn't see for a very long time? There was a little
right.
passageway there that we found but didn't want to go through at the time because we were pretty beat up.
Right, that door we saw as we were retreating back. Yes, I see what you're talking about now.
So I'm guessing we can't fit the boat through here?
No.
Alright, well, we're gonna have to get out and get a little wet, Wesk says, jumping into the water.
Okay. Each of you beginning to make your way through the flooded cavern that you once saw the river drake in.
As per typical, I'm going to make sure that I know where my scroll of air bubble is before I go into the water.
Okay. You each arrive in front of the metal door again, I believe.
Alright, now,
We also
I
never
do-
looked in that passageway either.
Here, trade places with me, Gideon, so we have some light.
Yeah,
I
that's
do need focus for this. Wesk says as he sets down the set of thieves' tools, picking out a lockpick and a tensioning
Okay.
wrench.
Go ahead and give me that thievery check, bud, as this door is large and imposing and metallic. However, it does have a noticeable key.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Okay.
I'd like to try to aid.
God damn it. Every time.
So you can take off your leather armor if you want to.
Oh. Yeah. If it's getting in the way, I will take it off.
Yes, it is slightly hindering you. You said you would like to aid, Gideon.
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead and give me that thievery check. Why can I not move Gideon? Hello? Specifically, oh. Why can I not?
I'm not where your cursor is.
What?
No.
What the
Not
fuck?
getting
I
this
was
next to
beside
me.
Wesk.
Hold on, I'm reloading my main screen. Oh, you're beside Wesk on my DM screen, but not the stream screen.
What, mate?
Yeah. But yes, go ahead and give me that thievery check. Oh, you did. Never mind.
Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not gonna work out for you right now, Wesk. This
Oh,
doesn't
You re-roll
seem
without the armor.
okay. Go for it.
Oh. Okay, I'll make another roll without the armor.
Wesk begins to kind of fuss and take off his leather breastplate and the pauldrons that are attached that are just slightly getting in his way. It's not much, but it's enough to make a difference, he feels. You each watch as the kobold strips down.
Back to just clothes. I do want to mention not naked.
Okay.
Alright, let's give this another shot.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Didn't help.
You two begin to work on the door. I'll say that is one success that you need. Locks in Pathfinder require a number of successes depending on
Yep.
the complication of
I'm
the lock.
shocked that wasn't a crit success. This has to be a pretty tough lock.
It
Oh.
is. It is an old lock.
That is 1 pin. Wesk says, holding the tensioner in place as he takes a moment to rub the sweat off of his brow before
This
going
is the
back
lock-picking lizard.
Lock-picking lizard.
to his binding.
Nothing on 3. I can roll to 8, but I don't think I need to.
Impressively, Wesk. Because this party is cursed and I hate you all.
This is the lock-picking lizard.
And just like that, we've got this ancient stone door open.
Alright, Gideon is genuinely impressed. He can't see it, but he can hear it, and it's fast.
Wesk twirls the tools in his hand before stowing them and putting his
Man,
thieves'
that
tools away.
army must have really been getting in the way.
Speaking of which, Wesk pulls the armor back out and dons it once more.
Okay. Regardless, the door should slide open now.
Alright, Wesk pulls out his pistol.
Do you want to take firsties, or do you want me to?
I get firsties on this one.
You do you, bud.
You swing open the door, and a strange sight greets you. You're not entirely sure what you're looking at, Wesk, but it looks ominous.
I'm gonna need both casters on this one.
What's going on?
You would.
Go ahead.
Yup,
What is?
I agree with my assessment of the situation.
Wait, what are you seeing?
Wesk points into the room.
That's
Here, let me.
darkness. Oh my! What is this? Do I have any idea what this might be?
Yes. You were just looking at it.
Well, I think we might have found another one of those teleportation circles.
Wait,
Siri, you
I'd like to push past them.
Pushes Sazan out of
Siri
the way.
just rushes into the room.
Yes, Ziri, this is a teleportation circle.
Oh,
A
this is the
proper
most appropriate music for this for all the wrong reasons.
This is a proper working teleportation circle that has been untouched.
Truly, it's
I'm going to
like
excitedly relay this information to them.
The walls of this octagonal chamber are several swirling runes are carved into the stone and then filled with silvery metal of some type, and it's polished smooth. You know
Do we
those
know where it
nice
goes?
fancy kitchens with the black marble floor?
Oh shit.
The ceiling is about 10 feet tall above you, and the runes decorate every inch of this room. Almost like those trick rooms with the mirrors. The floor is polished to a mirror sheen, and if you squint, you can make out dozens of copies of yourselves on the wall.
Jesus. I'm gonna light the brazier in here.
Okay, you do so.
So, do we know
That
where
way
it goes?
everyone doesn't have to have one of the light sources in here to see.
Wesk looks to Ziri and tilts his head a little.
Oh, it's not active, Ziri, but it's fascinating that it exists. It doesn't go anywhere right now, but should you, well, if you knew how to get it working again, you could make a teleportation circle here.
Well, I'm happy that I could make you happy.
This is a great day for wizard shit.
Say that again. Well,
It's fascinating because this room is very clean and very upkept. It looks
Given the
pristine.
door, that's not too much of a surprise to me.
Unfortunately, Ziri, you spend a little bit of examining it, and yes, it is not active at the moment, but everything is here. You could totally reawaken this portal should you find the knowledge of how to. While you are not talented enough to create a teleportation circle, you are talented enough to reawaken one somebody else has made, should you find it, the knowledge of how to.
I don't know how, but I'd be able to if I found an instruction manual.
Yes.
Understandable.
well, I'm out of ideas.
Meanwhile, Zahn, you are now terrified because there is a presence in this room watching
Presence?
you. Yes. Something in this room feels heavy. Give me a perception check, Cezanne.
Westskull turn to Gideon as this is happening. At this point, I'm just considering the right hand method.
Turns of exploration.
Pretty much.
We have a little thing back in the way that we never really...
Yeah, I guess that is true.
I know nothing about no teleport magics, but
I know less than you.
yeah, sure, we'll go with that.
Guys,
Huh?
Yeah.
the reflections,
What about
Yeah.
him?
What about him?
they're
Huh?
I'm
What?
gonna go ahead and look at the reflections.
The
Squint at it
floor,
real hard.
walls, and ceiling are all polished to a mirror sheen. Yes, if you squint, you can make out a reflection, and because of the reflective nature of the room, you can make out a second reflection and a third reflection. Each one a little bit harder to see because of the way the mirrors work, but
Yeah,
I mean-
There's something wrong with the reflections. I'm gonna go ahead and stare into them and kind of start examining my teeth.
you give yourself the toothy grin back.
I think we should get the priest out of this room.
yes, perhaps that's for the best.
I'm just gonna
Anyway,
shuffle Cezanne along quietly.
Okay.
Not slowly, but not at a brisk walk, we'll say.
Yeah, have a second. I need to jot something down.
Dogs, I would prefer if you didn't.
I'm sure we all would. Regardless, we are over our time limit. We can keep going for a little bit longer if we want to, but we can also wrap it up pretty soon should we want.
Wait, do we not go to 9:30?
It's... do we? It's past midnight for
I'm-
me.
I might be confused.
I don't know. Like I said, we can
I'm
keep
probably
going.
confused. That's a fine stopping point.
I don't work
but
tomorrow,
it's up
so
to you.
I don't care.
What do you guys think?
Whatever you guys want, I'm open.
Oh, I just realized chat won't see the message I sent.
I think that if it's anything like yesterday's, you can see messages and
No, I'm looking.
ah.
It is from the DM screen, not my screen.
That's too bad.
Anyway, I don't think we want to get involved in anything major anyway, so here's a good stopping point. Before we ruin even more Stray's plans.
Yeah, probably.
This is far from the worst thing you have done to me.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure skipping 2 floors was the biggest way and fastest way to ruin some of his plans.
Ziri. If you would, for just a moment.
I'm gonna look down at my hand, back to the reflection, raise one hand and kind of wave my fingers at the reflection.
Okay. Everything seems normal when you look back up.
Weird.
Let's, keep that shit for now. I think the casters go a little crazy in there. Do mirrors do that to casters? Magic-y thing? Are magical mirrors a thing?
They are indeed a thing.
I was asking that in character. Out of character, yes, they certainly are.
Disco Elysium style in your mind, yes, they are a thing.
Okay, but who's saying that? Is that Logic or Inland Empire?
Shivers.
Oh.
Regardless,
I
both of
see.
your casters emerge from the room looking at their hand.
Gideon's gonna look at his hand, but not really know why.
Wesk, all of the humans are now looking at their hand, and the Fae.
What the hell is going on?
What? Nothing. I'll look up from my hand.
I think I've been letting my nerves get to me a little bit. We should continue on.
Yes, we should.
All right.
All right, we'll stop there for tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That does seem like a good place to stop.
All right. Any last thoughts? Any last actions before we continue and leave?
I think I'm good.
Okay.
Squeezing through a
Well,
passage for a week.
I hope you.
I think I'm done.
I hope you enjoy your obligatory RPG Maker horror moment of the campaign.
Clerics are great.
Yeah. Clerics in my setting are.
Cursed.
That's
They're
not
always
true.
Name an exception.
Wait, did you say his setting?
Mm-hmm.
Haru. So far.
No, he's got a point. I was really struggling.
That is, I guess, the one correct answer for now. And if you're
Oh, I know.
got no.
There was
I'm
one.
here.
There was one way back in the day called Perea. She wasn't cursed.
I don't know. My dice are just fucking up.
Regardless, we'll stop there for the night. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.